Rangers and Celtic out of the title race. The Old Firm draw yesterday puts Hearts massively in the driving seat, with them 6 points clear of Rangers. And if Celtic win their game in hand, they'll be 5 points clear of Celtic as well, who have the chance to beat Aberdeen to jump ahead of Rangers in second. Just looking back at the game yesterday, same as the one in January, a real game of two halves. You look at the first half, how Rangers come out. They were really aggressive, pressed Celtic really high, forced them into mistakes, never let them settle, controlled the ball, controlled the game, kept the ball well. Obviously, that all changed in the second half. But looking at the first half, Rangers really just went at Celtic from the off, which is what you expect from the home side in an Old Firm game. It's exactly what Celtic done at Celtic Park in January. And Danny Reel probably couldn't have hoped for a better start when the ball found itself wide to Scott Olsen. He puts in what's a great cross, obviously predominantly left footed, but he has been good at cutting outside and putting in those crosses on his right. Is where got the Chermiti goal from against Hearts as well. It's a brilliant finish from Chermiti. You can't take anything away from him there. The athleticism, the technique to just meet the ball as sweet as he does. Sinisalo in the Celtic goal has no chance with the amount of power and how low he gets it as well. He gets up really high, but he managed to angle the ball down low. It's a brilliant overhead kick. A lot of people talking about whether it's the best goal in an Old Firm derby. I know it'll be a lot of people's kind of best Old Firm goal that they've seen live in the stadium. Just leave down below your thoughts on your favourite ever Old Firm goal. Rangers Celtic fans, love to hear both. I know many generations will have lots of different goals I remember very fondly. One for me was the Pedro Mendes one at Celtic Park, but you can't take anything away from how good that Chermiti goal was yesterday. And then Rangers kept the pressure on, kept building. Mikey Moore was excellent in the first half, really good at taking the ball under pressure and getting Rangers up the pitch. He had a brilliant run when he clipped the ball with the back post, and Chermiti tries to, I think he's trying to cut it back, maybe in back into the 6 yard box, but ends up hitting the post. They actually might have been better leaving it to Scott Olsen, who had a better angle on it, but big man hits the post there. And then the second goal comes from a mistake from Dane Murray. It's a really kind of aimless ball in from Raskin. He's just looking for Chermiti. Dane Murray swipes at it with his left foot, goes behind him, then the ball jumps over Araujo, and then just because how tall Chermiti is, he stretches out his right leg. It's a brilliant touch. But the Celtic defender, and then the second touch is probably even better, just a little delicate flick with the outside of his right foot. Rangers were in cruise control. I don't think anyone could have seen how the game would have played out after how it was going at that point. Not really many more clear cut chances in the first half, just Rangers kind of controlling the game, Celtic not offering much going forward. But whatever Martin O'Neill said at half time, or there was rumours that it was Mark Fotheringham, they kind of took the half time team talk, but whatever was said at half time and the changes made such a massive difference. Rio Otati, potentially Celtic's best player in the second half, moving Dyson Maeda through the middle, Taneki going to the left. I still don't understand why he's not getting starts, considering how good he's been in recent weeks and how much trouble he's caused teams, how much trouble he caused Rangers as soon as he came on. He's just so positive on the ball. He's gained a lot of confidence from since Martin O'Neill came back in. Essentially, I think he's been one of Celtic's better players. But there was a kind of sliding doors moment in the game. I think the start of the second half, Tour Romans had a really good chance at the back post. Scott Wilson, again, down the right, doing some good work. There's a flicked header, and Romans is there at the back post. He just doesn't have any conviction when he's trying to meet it. If he puts his foot through the ball, it's probably a much better effort. And Sinisalo probably needs to make a much better save and a much more uncomfortable save than the one he does, but he just kind of sclaffs it into the ground and then ends in the Celtic goalkeeper's hands. Really easy save. That was a sliding doors moment for me. If Rangers go 3-0 up there, I think Celtic probably struggle to get back into it. But then essentially it was all Celtic for the rest of the game. Credit to them, credit to their players. Like I say, I think Hatate was one of the best players on the pitch second half. I think Oxlade Chamberlain, I don't think it's as bad as someone like Joey Barton's Old Firm debut, but I don't think he was ready for it. There was lots of talk in the build up about the kind of intensity of derbies that he's played in. But I think it was Chris Sutton or Scott Arfield said on commentary that he's not experienced anything like a Rangers and Celtic game, and you kind of seen that in the first half. He wasn't the player that I think Celtic fans probably expected him to be in terms of being able to control the game, be that player next to McGregor that can take the ball under pressure and help Celtic keep the ball. They just didn't do that in the first half. I think Nygren was an issue there as well, but the switch up in the play, having Maeda through the middle instead of Adamu, having Taneki out wide, being able to carry the ball, hold the ball, Hatate and his passing. There's some really nice link-up play. And then Nygren does a brilliant ball into the back post for Kieran Tierney's header. I think massive questions need to be asked about Rangers defensively. They're the same for Celtic, you could say, for their goals. But you look at the back post, well, John Souttar and Manuel Fernandes are too close to each other in the middle. And then Nico Raskin, when you see the ball come in, he pushes off Tierney, leaves Tierney himself. I don't understand the thought process behind that. I thought it was another poor afternoon for Nico Raskin, but Tierney does really well. I mean, your left back's essentially at the far post where you're expecting your right winger to be, and it's a good header down into the ground, which Jack Butland's essentially never going to save. And again, it was just constant from Celtic. Luke McCowan had a great chance. It was some really nice play with Tanek. He plays a nice 1-2, plays McCowan in. If he's got any type of confidence in his right foot, he probably hits it first time. So it's a really nice ball across, puts it back across Butland, and there's a better chance that it's going to be a goal. But instead, he slows the ball down, takes a touch, hits it with his left foot. It's a really good save from Butland. He gets down, he kind of traps the ball under his arm to stop it from going under him. That's a really good save there. And then, like I say, it was just all Celtic at that point. Rangers didn't really look threatening. I don't remember any decent chances towards the end of the game. And then the moment that changed the game, it's definitely a penalty. There's no denying that. I'm not 100% sure on the rules, but I don't think it should be a red card. I'm surprised. I don't even think Selden was booked. I think it should be a booking, no matter how you see it. If you think it's harsh, the way he jumps, the way his arms out, it's stopping the ball going in the back of the net. Like it is what it is. The handball rules are controversial. I think a lot of the time it kind of comes down to interpretation, but I don't think when John Beaton's sent to the monitor he can give anything other than a penalty. It's a really good spot from the VAR officials to again spot that and then send Beaton to the monitor to give the penalty. I think it's a really poor penalty from Rio Atati. Butler makes a great save. He's got a brilliant penalty record. Makes a really good save the second time as well, but Hatati gets it. The third time lucky. Managed to get it in the back of the net. But even if Hatati's not getting to it, it's Maeda that's next. There's no Rangers player within kind of 3-4 yards of him. I think it was really poor reactions from the Rangers team. You can see how hungry Hatati and Maeda are to try and get it in the back of the net, but you just don't see that same kind of hunger and anticipation from the Rangers players. So I think Danny Rose probably really disappointed with that. You can't say Celtic didn't deserve it. It was all after that Romans chance. It was all Celtic, and that's why I describe that chance as the sliding doors moment in the game. If it goes 3-0, I don't see Celtic getting back into it. But then they just kept putting the pressure on. Rangers couldn't handle Celtic's midfield, whereas they could in the first half. I think the substitution of Naderi for Diamande was a strange one for me because Diamande essentially played as a 10 instead of moving into a flat midfield 3. If it was me, personally, I would have taken off Skov Olsen, went 3 in the middle, had Mikey Moore up drifting, still went with the 2 up top because the 2 up top was causing Celtic problems. But when you put Jermitty up there, who was knackered after 70 minutes, Dane Murray won every single header in that second half. Considering the mistake he had in the first half, I thought he'd done really well after that, especially for a young player. He got some criticism for the mistake he made and the performance he had against Hearts. So after making the mistake in that game, he easily could have withered and just lost all confidence, but he was excellent. The second half won every single header. Like I say, Chermitty's race was ran 70 minutes. I don't understand. Rangers only made 2 substitutions, Celtic made 5. James Forrest is a player, fresh legs that comes on, gets a brilliant ball across for the Sterling handball. Fresh legs does that. I don't understand why Rangers only made the 2 subs, but I think on reflection, it's a fair result. Celtic will probably count themselves unlucky they didn't win that game. The McCowan chance is such a good chance, and Maeda also had a header just between the posts, just after, from a brilliant cross from Taneki. So Celtic probably the much better chances in terms of being able to score more goals. Just Rangers had control of that first half, but apart from the 2 goals and Chermitty hitting the post, there weren't really that many clear-cut chances. It's another Old Firm game, second one in a row. The home teams dominated the first half. Second half, the away teams came out, changed some things about, and then they've dominated. I think it was a really interesting case study in how that's happened twice in a row. Obviously, Wilfred Nancy was in charge of the last one at Celtic Park, but just the fact that the home teams came out and dominated, Celtic only managed to score 1 goal. And then the game obviously finished 3-1 Rangers. Rangers scored 2 goals and they still came away with just a point. So I just think it's a really interesting thing to look at in terms of the expectation, in terms of playing to the home crowd being behind you and going in up at half time and then coming out the second half and just completely balling it. What do you think that means for the title race? Hearts are surely favourites in everyone's eyes now. Motherwell could have a massive say. They've still got Celtic and Hearts to play before the split. Massive game for Celtic on Wednesday away to Pittodrie. I really don't see Aberdeen offering up much, if I'm honest. I think Celtic will jump into second, puts them in a really good spot. But again, Hearts are still 6 points and 5 points clear of Rangers and Celtic, respectively. So they must be in the driving seat if they can avoid defeat against Motherwell. Then the split's huge. Every single game is now huge. Going to the Scottish Cup, Next week, Motherwell will have their game in hand against Dundee, and they can put pressure on Rangers and Celtic. Motherwell aren't out it. I don't think they will be title challengers. They've been so good this year. I think it all comes down to the split and how those games go. What do you think for the title race? Who do you think is going to win the title? What do you think of the game yesterday? Do you think it was a fair result? Do you think Celtic should have won? Do you think Rangers should have won it? Should have went in more up at half time? And what do you think on the kind of tactical battle there between Danny Rule and Martin O'Neill? Leave some comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Have a great day.